Hi guys, Debbie here. Welcome to my channel and to this video. So if you're new here as well, welcome. I know a lot of you came from the videos that I did with Annette and with Betty Jean. So if you're one of those, super special welcome to the channel. And I'm sorry that we've had such a long gap between those videos and this one. Been on holiday to Gran Canaria, got back just before Christmas, then it's been Christmas and I've had family here. So you have to devote time to family, that's really important. So I didn't want to film while anyone was here. I thought that would be really rude. So it's the first opportunity I've had to do it, but I've got a super exciting video for you because it's a collab with one of my friends here on YouTube, Lisa Lobotomy. And Lisa introduced me to the brand that we're going to be using, which is HALLBERG, because she talks with so much passion about the brand, and I can understand why now I've tried the products. And if you've been around here for a while, you'll know I use their products in a lot of videos. I use the brushes, I use the crayons in particular. But today we're going to be using this palette, which is the Enchanted Mysteries palette. And I'm so excited to have it. I owned it now for a long time because it's not the cheapest. It's £50 for those 4 shades, but they're such beautiful shades. And the shade Lacuna, that green, I just had to have it for that. So we've got to incorporate that palette, but we can use anything else that we like as long as it's HALLBERG. So probably going to be rocking this one as well, which is the Infinity Deep, because there's no mattes in the Enchanted Mysteries. Haven't decided what else I'm going to do really. Glitter glue will be featuring because I want to make sure I get as much pigmentation out of that Lacuna shade and really make it look sparkly. And I've also got a couple of pencils that I've picked out, Avoir Flash, which is a green metallic, and black core. So haven't really even decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to scooch you in, we're going to get started, and we just thought it would be a nice thing to do for New Year's Eve to create a look that maybe would give you some inspiration if you've maybe bought this palette, got it for Christmas, or even if you haven't and you've got the same sort of shades but in different palettes, it might give you some inspo for a party look for New Year's Eve with plenty of sparkle. So without further ado, I'm going to scoot you in and we'll get these eyeshadows on my eyes. I think to start off my look, I just want to build up a bit of crease work. So I'm going to go in with this light shade, Light Year, in the palette here. This is the Infinity Deep. And probably build it up with Umbra. So going with these two just to give me some definition to work with. And I'm going in with a HALLBERG brush as well. I've got a lot of her brushes. This is the 304. It's quite a big blending brush. But ideal to start off a look because, or if you've got reasonably a reasonable amount of eye shape like I do, then it works well anyway. If you've got hooded eyes or smaller eyes, start with the 303 if you have it, or a smaller blending brush. But that shade's not making a huge amount of difference, but it's just giving me that little bit of definition really. And I'm just going to wing that out slightly at the edges. And whilst I apply the shadows, I'll talk a little bit about Lisa. So Lisa and I have collabed before. We did a collab with Annette's Makeup Corner where we ended up with all shimmer shades out of their Juvia's Place Magic palette. I think it scarred both of us for life. I've not used that palette since actually. I probably need to drag it out, but yeah, we ended up all creating really quite special looks because it really pushed us out of our comfort zone, because using 6 shimmers and no mattes was quite a task. And I think we've collabed another time as well, I can't remember. But we chat all the time on Instagram. She's become one of my greatest friends here. So I'm very thankful to Annette who introduced me to Lisa, because she's just such a sweetheart. And I've talked about her before, she's very, very real, you know, you can like get to know her really easily. She does Get Ready With Me's where she talks about her life, but she doesn't sugarcoat like how things are. You just get to know her, and I just love that about her. And she's into indie makeup as I am, of course, and colourful makeup looks. She's the queen of the halo eye. I'm not going to do a halo eye because if she does one of those, I couldn't match the way that she does it, because she does a very good job of halo eyes. And she likes to rock red lips as well, which red lips have my heart. So we've got quite a similar makeup taste, I think. Just recently she's been doing a series with Collab makeup where she's been using the highlighters in various different ways paired with the eyeshadow palettes, and that's been super interesting, so I urge you to watch that if you've not done already. And she does a lot of tags. I see a lot of tags that I've not seen other people do. That's where I find a lot of my tags, is when I've seen Lisa do them. So lots of different type of content, but always something interesting coming up. And she's got a full-time job as I do, so she works super hard to get her content up. So please check her out after you've watched my video if you're not familiar with Lisa, because I think you will love her. Her channel's in English, and she only about a year ago, I think, year and a half, converted her channel from Swedish to English, which she thinks is one of the best things she's ever done, and I have to agree, because it's given her a lot more subscribers and access to more people to be able to watch it. So okay, so we've got some definition built up and a bit of a shape there. Going to deepen that up. I was going to go in with Umbra, but I think I'm going to go in with Redshift instead. But I'm taking the 303 brush to do that, so getting lower down into my crease and packing that on. Yeah, we agreed to do this collab just before I went on my holiday, and the palette was out of stock, and I was like, so I hadn't bought the palette at that point, but I knew I wanted to buy it. And then I was on holiday checking out every day to make sure whether it had come in stock. It's a little bit stressful, but managed to get it. So, but then you don't want it to arrive too soon whilst you're not here, so that was the other consideration, but I managed to do it and it was fine. Right, I'm trying to create the kind of Debbie wingy shape that I like to create. Anyone that's been here a while will know this shape features highly on my channel. I just like that blown out outer corner. So I'm just building the pigment up. And one good thing about Linda HALLBERG shadows is that the pigment builds up on itself really, really well. But I would say they're very user friendly because they're not incredibly pigmented off the bat, but they do build up to a good pigmentation. So you can't make mistakes quite so easily, you know, it's not just going to dump a whole ton of colour on your eyes that you can't blend out as soon as you touch the brush to the pad, which is good. Particularly if you're a beginner anyway. It feels so good to be getting back into doing makeup again. On my holiday, I did very little makeup whatsoever. My husband was like, aren't you going to make the effort today? And I was like, no, I just want to just relax and enjoy my holiday. And I love doing makeup and it is relaxing, but trying to do it by the hotel mirror, however good it is, you haven't got the lighting you've got at home, it's not as easy. And also, sometimes it's just nice to be your natural self and just totally relaxed. I don't know if anyone can relate, but it's also super inspiring then to get back to makeup, and I've got lots of nice new things to try as well, which is good. Don't know if I'm doing the best job of blending this out on the edges, but hopefully it looks okay. Just going back in with a bit more light here on this first brush. I just want a really nice kind of fade out on the edge. And the Lacuna shade is coming soon. Don't you worry, I've not forgotten about that palette. Okay, I want to get some black into the look now. Might live to regret this, but I'm going in with Fornax, the black in this Infinity Deep palette. If you've got the original Infinity, it's the same shade that's in that. So it's a repeat in both palettes. I'm taking that into my outer V and low down in my crease as well. This isn't the blackest black I've ever used. It's not my favourite black actually. Again, it will build up, and it does make it less intimidating to use a black, but it's not the blackest black off the bat. I think my favourite black is the one in the Creepy Cute palette by Shroud Cosmetics or Strobe. Love that one, the shade Void. That's super black. This is more like a grey black, but it will build to black. But the good thing about this one is a zero fallout. Okay, so now for the fun part. So I'm obviously going to go in with Lacuna, I've said that already. So I'm going to use glitter glue to cut my crease, and I'm going to use that shade in the inner part, and then I'm going to fade out into the orange and then the blacks, Aura and then Void. Probably use that in my inner corners. It's probably the most obvious way to use it, but I just wanted to just see how it would look and how it would perform on the eyes, and also make a nice sparkly look for New Year's. So I'm using the Linda Hallberg 305. It's got quite a rounded but precise tip on it, so it's great for applying glitter glue. And I'm going to cut my lid just above my natural cut of my lid. I've got another 303, and the good thing about these brushes is it's a blending and packing brush, so you can kind of do both with it, and I think it'll pick up the shade really well. So I'm going in with Lacuna, and let's see what it looks like. Wow, this is something special. Can you guys see that? There's like a purple shift to that green, and it's so kind of magical. Mystical. It's applying really well over that glitter glue as well. Got a bit gone down onto my lower lash line, but I'm not mad at it. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. This is the first time I've tried this duochrome formula from Linda Hallberg, because I've got the Metallic Mysteries 2, but all the other palettes I've got haven't got this formula in it. That is so gorgeous. And then another one of these brushes, I have a lot of them, and the shade Aura. I'm just going to pack that next to that green shade. Where they meet, I'm just sort of patting just to mesh them just a little bit. I wondered how well that shade would go, but it actually looks really pretty together. For the outer corner and the shade Void, I'm going to go in with a pencil brush, because I just want that little bit more control. This one's from the Sosu Suzanne Jackson Urban Rebel brush collection. That one's not super shiny, but then I've not put it over glitter glue because I've only cut my lid to the middle. Just trying to wing that out just slightly at the edges. Right, for my lower lash line then, I'm going to use black core in the outer corner, and then I'm going to use a Avoir flash more as I go underneath my high end towards the inner corner. And I've given myself a healthy amount of that because I'm going to smudge that out. So I've gone into my waterline and lower lash line. Morphe E36, small pencil brush just to smudge that out. I'm smudging that into the corner that I've created there. Now to set that, I'm going in with Void and the same brush. That's giving it an extra level of smokiness, I like that. And then on the inner part of my lower lash line and waterline here, I'm going to go in with the green of Avoir Flash. And then I'm going to set that with the Lacuna shade. And this is my Kaleidos pencil brush. Now for the inner corners, I'm going to use Serene, if that's how you say it. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. I'm just going to layer that just slightly in that inner corner. That shade's a lot more of a topper than the other one. It's not so opaque, but it's adding just that little bit of sparkle in the inner corner. Okay, so that's the eyes right now. I'm going to hop off camera, just do liner and mascara, and I'll be back with you to show you the finished look with lipstick and everything all done. Okay guys, so here's the finished look for this one. And the lipstick that I paired it with is Chrome Bronze by Anastasia. It's one of the ones in the liquid lipstick bundle that came out for Christmas. And incidentally, if you guys want to see a video lip swatch or just hand swatches of those lipsticks, I'll be happy to do it. I think based on like the two that I've used, it's a really good value set, and at the moment they're on sale on Beauty Bay for absolute bargain price. I think they're £56 for the 10 lipsticks. They're all metallic pretty much. I think there's only 2 mattes in there, but really interesting colours. So if you like an interesting coloured lip, I think you would like these. And if you don't mind a metallized lip, which I think for a party is quite fun. So I think this one is for my colourful but a little bit more on the neutral side people. I think you could rock this and not feel too kind of in your face colourful, you know, if you're out with other people and you're worried about what they're going to think of your eyeshadow looks. I know people do think that way. I tend to think that way a little bit sometimes if I'm out with people that I don't know that well, and I'm quite confident with colour. So I think it's got that flash of colour. I mean, that green, I'm just looking at it now, it's just so pretty. So when you close your eyes, you've got that flash of green, but it's dark and smoky and party appropriate without being a glitter ball on your eyes as well. So I really like how it turned out. I'm eager to see what Lisa's going to do, because I think she'll do something totally different to what I've done here. As I say, the only rules were that we had to use the Enchanted Mysteries palette, but we could use anything else Linda Hallberg on our eyes that we wanted to. So yeah, it'd be great to see what she's done. As I say, if you're not subscribed to Lisa or you've not seen her channel before, please pop over, check her out. Even if you are, check out the video of course, but I'd love it if you would pop over, let her know that I sent you. And if you're from Lisa's channel, then thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my video. It's much appreciated. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll be getting back to a bit more of a regular posting schedule now, because it's the holidays now for me. I have got some company this weekend, but hopefully I can get some filming done here and there. And I'll definitely be able to film on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday before I go back to work. So I'm hoping to get a bit of pre-filming done and get back to a sort of 3 or 4 times a week upload schedule. I've got a monthly haul coming and it's 2 months worth, so it's going to be massive. So for November, Black Friday and December and Christmas. So I'm going to be filming that very soon, and I've picked up a lot of palettes guys, so there's going to be lots of first impressions and tutorials coming too. So hope you might stick around if you are new here. But as I say, thank you so much for watching, and hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and hope you have a brilliant New Year's Eve, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.